In a silent valley filled with nothing but bones, God asks a question no human would dare answer. Can these bones live? In the middle of death, despair, and impossibility, the God of resurrection speaks. And what happens next is one of the most supernatural miracles in the entire Bible. This is the valley of dry bones, in where God brings the dead back to life.
The prophet Ezekiel is carried by the Spirit into a vast valley. Everything around him is silent, lifeless, impossible. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 2 it says the valley was full of very dry bones. Not just dead, long dead. Then God asks him a question. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 3 it says, "Son of man, can these bones live?" Ezekiel answers honestly, "Sovereign Lord, you alone know." Then God gives an impossible command. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 4 it says, "Prophesy to these bones and say, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." So Ezekiel speaks, and suddenly the supernatural begins. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 7 it says, "As I prophesied, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone." Skeletal forms assemble before his eyes. Structure returns. Then something even greater happens. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 8 it says, "Tendons and flesh appeared on them and skin covered them." Bodies form, but they are still lifeless. So God gives another command. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 9 it says, "Prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say, come, breath, and breathe into these slain, that they may live." Ezekiel speaks, and the impossible becomes real. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 10 it says, "Breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army." Then God gives the meaning behind the vision. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 11 it says, "These bones are the people of Israel." They say, "Our hope is gone." But God is not done. In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 12 it says, "I will open your graves and bring you up from them." In Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 14 it says, "I will put my spirit in you and you will live." This vision wasn't just about bones. It was about God restoring hope to the hopeless, life to the lifeless, and purpose to those who feel spiritually dead. The same God who raised an army from dry bones can raise you again. The valley of dry bones reminds us that no situation is too dead for God to revive. When you think it's over, He speaks life. When you think hope is gone, He breathes again. Hold on to His promise. God can resurrect what you thought was beyond saving. If this touched you, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Bible stories.